Emmanuel. Yes, I am the teacher Emmanuel, and welcome to my channel. Today I have this special topic, which is a topic that gives students a hard time sometimes because it works in a different and independent way in their own language, but in English it works in a total independent and different way. We are going to be talking about countable and uncountable nouns. I am also going to give you some determiners, and of course, as always, I'm going to give you some examples using the determiners and using how much and how many. First, let's break them down by category. Countable, uncountable, how many, and how much. First, let's go with the definition of countable. What is countable? Okay? Countable are the things that can be counted, like people, like animals, like things, like fruit. Some type of food can be counted, books can be counted. Also have another list right here, and I'm gonna give you some examples. Now, listen. I already mentioned that countable, it's because it's countable. You can say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you can give me and you can give in the conversation a specific amount of numbers of this on a specific person or on a specific thing we are talking about. Also, it is good to mention that in the countable nouns we have a singular form and we also have a plural form. Let's go ahead with some. And some examples can be 1 dog, 2 dogs, 1 apple, 2 apples, 4 people, 4 people, 3 books, 3 books. Okay? Those are in plural form. Now, let's go and see the singular form. A book, a person, an animal, an apple, and etc. This is very easy. We only need to understand that the determiners and which one we are going to use. And remember that one of the most famous determiners are the article, and in the article we have the, a, and an, and please remember that before the vowel, okay, we need to use an, and before a consonant we need to use a. For example, an apple, an university, an artist, an architect, a person, a library, a cell phone, a car. Did you see the difference? Correct. Next is the opposite. And in the opposite, we have what we know by uncountable nouns. And what are uncountable nouns? Uncountable nouns, let me tell you, are a little bit more difficult, especially for people who are Hispanic or speak Spanish as a first language. Why do I say this? Because a lot of words and a lot of sentences we say in Spanish are totally different to how we and to how people say it in English-speaking countries. And of course, I am going to give you some instances so we can understand and comprehend uncountable nouns. And uncountable nouns, we use them for, of course, is the name speaks by itself, for things that cannot be counted. Correct. We can use it for things that cannot be counted. For example, I always say to my students, the water of the ocean, the stars in the sky, the stones in the river, the hair, the feelings, abstract feelings, the emotions. Certain things cannot be counted, and it's something that we have to take into consideration and we need to remember. Let's go ahead with some examples with uncountable nouns. And with uncountable nouns, we have hair. Hair is uncountable. Water, coffee, milk, the stars in the sky, the stones in the river. We also can use, I really like to mention this, the uncountable nouns for things that are amorphous. What do I mean for things that are amorphous? What I mean by this is that things that don't have a specific form, like gases, like gas, okay? The air, the time is uncountable. And this is a really good one because in Spanish we might say that yes, we count the time, but we cannot count the time in English. So at the end of this video, please stay around. I am going to make some examples and I'm going to give you some nouns that are commonly miscomprehended in English because they are different in the other language. So let's go ahead with now going back with countable nouns. Now, if you need to make a question with uncountable nouns, what do we need? What do you need? What do I need? How many? Yes. How many? Why how many? Because this is the way you make the question, and this is how you're going to give me a specific number of the noun in plural or in singular. For example, how many people are there in the party? How many apples did you eat? How many books do you have? How many coffee? No, that's incorrect. How many toys do you have? Okay? How many for countable things? And we have a bunch of things that can be counted. I have a selection of things that can be counted right here. And one dog, two dogs, one horse, two horses, one man, two men, one idea, two ideas, one shop, two shops. I would like to mention that there are some specific nouns that they are irregular, and because they are irregular, they are special, and they are written down in a different way. For example, we have man, men, woman, women, sheep, sheep, ox, oxen, and some other. You have to remember those because those we do not add the S or the ES because they are irregular. Now we continue with how much. Again, how much we use it for making questions about uncountable nouns. Okay? How much water do you need? How much coffee do you drink? Now I'm going to use some abstract words like love, hate, the time. How much love do you feel for me? How much hate does she have for you? How much time do we have? So those examples that I've just mentioned are abstract because we cannot count them. They are uncountable. And we need to remember this, okay? Are you going to remember this? Thank you. Again, please, if you like my channel, subscribe to the button right there. And if you want to leave a comment on the comment section, you can ask any questions and leave a comment. And please stay connected to be part of the conversation.